Good morning, everyone. Just a couple of quick updates on the Patriot Union, things that are happening, and give you some information about what's happened with our Facebook page, and generally a little bit of maybe about what's going on with this whole election fraud thing. First of all, our Patriot group, our American Patriot Union group on Facebook got deleted unceremoniously with no explanation, as I'm sure that probably hundreds or even thousands of other groups have experienced in the last, little bit of time, 30, 60 days, something like that. I know a lot of my friends on Facebook had their personal profiles deleted, as did I, and a lot of their groups were taken offline. And I think it's pretty clear that Facebook wanted to try to eliminate as much sharing of information between patriots before the election as possible. This is a thing that I think bears some discussion, because what is true is that the 2016 election was won by Trump primarily because of patriots online sharing information and thwarting the efforts of the mainstream media to minimize Trump's presence and minimize his, the information, his campaign. So, they, I think, looked forward to the future and said, we've got to absolutely try and guarantee that the 2020 election, has every advantage for the left that it can have. And so not long before the election, probably starting back probably about early October, they began deleting groups and censoring communications between patriots on Facebook. I think that also happened on Twitter and probably on some other social networking sites. It's clear that Twitter and Facebook are primarily influenced, if not controlled, by the left. And so, what takes place on those platforms is, going to be oriented towards serving the ambitions of the Democrat Party and the organized left in America. Which, that discussion, should be understood to also include the fact that, we're not going to be stopped by that. We are going to continue to work around their nonsense and figure out ways to do the things we want to do, because we're patriots and that's what we do. We face challenges and we overcome. So having said that, I want to let you all know that I've created another profile on Facebook. The profile that I'm using goes under the name of Cousin Jefferson. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I tried several times to initiate new profiles using my real name, Michael Hutton, and those profiles were also unceremoniously deleted for violation of community standards, which comes with no explanation whatsoever. So if you look for me on Facebook, you can find me under that ID, Cousin Jefferson. And I also created a new Patriot Union group, which can be found at facebook.com/groups/the American Patriot Union, all one word. Now, a bunch of my friends also had their channels removed from YouTube. A lot of the more prominent conservative and Christian and patriotic speakers on YouTube had their channels shut down. And so all of this then leads into the next point that I want to make you aware of as far as what's happening with the Patriot Union. We have for some time had our own social networking site set up. that site has gradually grown. It's still in the process of building membership, and I am working to promote it across the other platforms. We do have a presence on MeWe and Parler and some of the other social networking platforms, Instagram, but we're not really very excited about any of those platforms. MeWe is probably the better of the ones that exist out there that are non-politically aligned. And MeWe is a no advertisement network, as is our social network. And I'll mention the URL for our social network so that I don't forget to do that at some point. You can find the American Patriot Union's SOCNet at https://american-patriot-union.mn.co. It's not .com, it's .co. This social network exists on the Mighty Networks platform, and while it doesn't have the features that we eventually will have as we build out our own custom designed social networking platform, it does serve our purpose at this time for allowing patriots to come together and communicate and discuss the issues of the day. Again, that URL is https://american-patriot-union.mn.co. And you should go there and join the union, get involved with the various patriotic groups and members that are already there. We're growing rapidly, and I'm going to ask you to please help me promote this effort by sharing it with your friends, by having conversations with the people that you interact with. The importance of having our own social network will develop as we build out the tools and resources that we will make available for really fulfilling the goals of the Patriot Union, to bring patriots together, to give us a voice in our country, and to provide a platform with resources and tools for different patriotic groups and organizations and agencies to work together and to begin the monumental effort that the Patriot Union will become as a force in changing the direction of our country. So please share that with the people that you know. Share it with your family and friends, and anyone who is Christian or conservative or patriotic, people who are aligned as patriots in this country with the goals of seeing our country restored and seeing our government reformed and all of our institutions moved back to legitimacy. Now, the other thing I want to make you aware of is that the Patriot Union is about to launch its new website. That website will do a much greater job of explaining the vision of the Patriot Union and giving visitors and members an opportunity to really understand what membership in the Patriot Union is going to do to empower and to provide the resources that are necessary for us to fight the battles that we will fight in restoring America. The vision of the Patriot Union is a thing that is unique in its scope, and the agenda that we're following, which can be found even on our existing website, listed as the American Patriot Union Declaration, should be understood. It's a thing that, based on the enumerated points of that declaration, we have an agenda that I believe the vast majority of American patriots will support and be compelled to be a part of. These things include issues like reforming our education system, reforming our immigration laws toward the end of, having immigrants to this country come here to become Americans, to really understand and support the ideals of America. As our country is unique in its pursuit of liberty and justice, and in the virtues that it upholds as being essential in the requirement for liberty and justice. So I think it's very important for all the people that are involved with this effort to build a Patriot Union understand that you are union organizers. You are the people that are going to make this thing work, and your participation in it, both by being involved with the social network, by promoting the Patriot Union website, by contributing if that's a thing you feel compelled to do. But generally, in terms of being involved with the Patriot Union, there's no cost to join. We will never have membership dues or fees or any other thing like that. And I think that's very important for the sake of really communicating the virtue of what we intend to do and what we will be doing as we go forward. So the new website will do a great job of bringing clear understanding to potential members and members of what the Patriot Union is, how it will work, the ways that it will aggregate the voices of the tens of millions of American patriots who are utterly dissatisfied with the direction of our government, utterly dissatisfied with the direction of our culture, and who are determined to be faithful in their commitment to our ideals and virtues and the effort to see America restored as a bulwark of freedom and justice in the world. We have giant battles to fight ahead of us. The battles that we have to fight are against formidable opponents, and the only thing that gives us any hope to fight those battles is our united strength. So please, as I say, be a union promoter, be a union organizer. Whether you are the head of an organization or whether you're just a citizen, a patriotic individual, your investment in this effort is crucial to its growth and crucial to its success. We are Americans, and Americans fight revolutions, and we are involved in a revolution in this country, whether it is hot or cold. Is a matter for debate. When we have things going on in our country where one side has determined to utterly defraud the election process and to attempt to usher in a unqualified candidate to the presidency, as well as control some Senate and House races, we have the real signs of tyranny on the horizon. If America doesn't have free and legitimate elections, then we're no better than a third world country. And potential spam, I get that about 15 times a day. Telemarketers trying to sell me a insurance plan or warranty on my car that was leased several years ago. But if we don't have free and fair elections, then we become something less than a first world country, and we have really the beginnings of tyranny in this country on a level that far exceeds anything that we've experienced even up to date. And the blatant exposure of themselves in this effort to commit election fraud is an indicator of the desperation that exists on the left to try to see President Trump removed. But more importantly, to understand, it is the effort to silence us. It is the effort to silence the tens of millions of Americans who, are patriots and who, are opposed to America ever being a socialist country, who are opposed to the poison of the ideologies that are being foisted on the American people through the mainstream media and through the various organizations like Antifa and BLM. The idea that America is either a racist country or a fascist country, or that we are racist or fascist, is absurd on its face. And, there is no real evidence to justify those arguments. Those are arguments by haters of America and people that are bent on destroying this country. So it's important for us to really understand that the left and the radical left have become incensed about the fact that we elected an outsider, President Trump, to the presidency in 2016. They have been hell-bent ever since then on seeing him removed from office, and they are poisoning the American narrative through every method they can. They've made every effort they can to see him removed from office, from the spying out of the Obama White House on Trump and his campaign, to the Mueller investigation based on the phony accusation of Russian collusion, which was really a conspiracy, a seditious conspiracy conducted by members of the intelligence community, members of the Obama administration, including Obama himself, members of the federal law enforcement agencies like the FBI, and really this in and of itself should have been one of the first real red flags that, American patriots saw and understood that the desperation of the left was going to reach crescendo, and that their efforts to stop Trump from being reelected, would be fervent. Well, we have now seen clearly the evidence of that. We are working and fighting to see that either through the rulings in the courts or through the efforts of members in state legislatures, that this election fraud is not permitted to continue, and that ultimately our President Trump will continue to be president as the American popular vote has determined he should be, and as the Electoral College should decide. Nevertheless, the battle will continue regardless of what happens. And the thing that I'll say about that is that I believe that ultimately God is calling the American people to recognize the threat that exists, and for us to rise up and stand together and fight against it. So I've covered the issues with Facebook. I've covered the reality of our establishment of a social network and the invitation for everyone to join. I've made you aware of our websites, new launching. Our website is located at www.auat.org. AUAT stands for Americans United Against Tyranny, which is the nonprofit organization that is working to build the American Patriot Union. So please, look, at our website, and you'll see announcements through our social net and through our Facebook page on the launch of the new website when it goes live. We're just waiting for our tech team to do the job of crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's to get that new website, established at our URL. And there will be, as I say, much better and more comprehensive explanation of the vision of the Patriot Union, the way that this union will, pull together the millions of Americans who believe in this country, who believe in our Constitution, and who want to stand together and fight for America to be restored. We have the ability through the vision of goodness, through the vision of virtue, and through the vision of the ideals that this country was founded on, to restore America to the goodness and the greatness that it really deserves. But in order for us to do that, the key is for us to stand together and to fight as one, and to just be what America is, as we stand up and fight together, as we work together to show the world around us who we are and what we believe and the ideals we believe in, the benevolence that we have for what is good and right, and the shining city on the hill that America has always been. We will see a gradual transition of attention towards ideologies and philosophies that are poison to the American vision. So please, as I say, join the Patriot Union social network. Be on the lookout for our launching of the new website. Become a member of our Facebook group, and stand with us, stand together with your brothers and sisters, and fight for this country. And God bless you all. Look forward to speaking with you. Feel free to always contact me directly. You can reach me through email at huttonm@auat.org. And I'll just look forward to having the opportunity to meet you and speak with you. God bless you all.